Hey guys, it's Polyboy once again. Sorry I've not been so consistent. I've been busy. Anyway, today we have a video of a woman that claims she has INTJ, I think, right? And that is supposedly a mental disorder that makes you hyper rational. But I don't think that rationality is that beneficial, if you know what I mean. So she's going to be talking from the perspective of a woman that is being hyper rational and how that affects her as well as our relationships. But yeah, we just watch through and see for ourselves whether this is a good thing and a bad thing, or a bad thing rather. I would advise you as a spoiler, it's not good. No. I think she tries to make it seem good, right? But I don't know. Just we watch it and see for yourself. I don't think it's a good thing, but yeah, I don't think you want to date a woman like this. But anyway, enough talk. Let's get into it.
Basically, one of the most popular videos on my channel is about having the rarest personality type in the world, which is INTJ for women. I have to reiterate, supposedly it's not the rarest in the world, but for women it's, 0.8% of women have this personality type because it's a lot more masculine, I would say. Like, having an INTJ personality means that you're super rational in every little aspect of your life, even dating. And so this video, I'm going to expose myself and the weird things I do in a relationship dynamic which I thought were completely normal.
Now, she talks about how, she thought it was normal, but actually it's not really normal, especially in women, because women are more emotional. Now, that should be true, That should be true, although it's not always the case. There are many rational women that don't have INTJ, but are rational and are legitimately people that I would advise dating because they are more mutualistic in the way they think. As you would soon see, spoiler, she's not as mutualistic, at least not that I think so. But yeah, notice how she makes it look like it's not really a good thing. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this particular part of the video. But it will be reconfirmed the more we move on. Let's keep watching.
So if you're trying to date a very rational woman, good for you, good luck. If you are a rational woman and you want someone to relate to, hi, we can be friends. And otherwise, I think this is just kind of a hilarious discussion. Like, it amazes me what I used to do in my previous relationships and even what I do now. Like, if I talk about it and I edit this video, I'm probably gonna be even more shocked at myself.
Yeah, I mean, she does make it seem like it's quite a handful, It's quite a bad thing. So she does say she's, when she thinks about it, she gets shocked at herself, right? That is not a good thing, is it now? But let's keep watching to see whether she continues down this tangent or whether she flip-flops.
So, I think in general, obviously I'm going to talk about my experiences dating as a woman, but I think that anyone with this overly rational personality type who's a woman kind of stands out because women tend to be more emotional and more use emotions to kind of guide their actions. And I think that I kind of benefit from being super logical because I can understand emotions and I can definitely read people really well. But I can still be logical about everything I do, so I just kind of feel like it's a plus on my side.
Okay, now wait. Why is it all of a sudden that she changes it and says she kind of feels it's a plus? That is where I'm like, what the hell? Is it that you're shocked at yourself? Is it that it makes you cringe? Or is it a plus? Or is it both? Because now she makes it seem like it's a good thing. I mean, she's saying it's a plus, makes it seem like a good thing, right? So mixed messaging, contradictions, maybe. But what she's gonna say, I would say it's not a plus. And I advise not to date a kind of woman like this. Let's go ahead and watch it.
I think that's also why I don't do hookup culture and I don't do flings. And if you want to date me, It is a long process. Like, it will take several months of pursuing and showing that you're interested, because I consider a relationship as part of my investment portfolio. Like, where do you fit in my daily activities and in terms of business? What are the cost-benefit analysis of our relationship if it were to happen? See, the fact that I'm using these words to talk about dating should already tell you something. But truly, it's like I expect somebody to put a lot of effort if they really want me to date them, because dating them is going to mean that I'm going to contribute significant amount of time and energy, so it's got to be worth it. In conclusion, I am only looking for husband material people, and if you're not that, it's not going to happen, buddy. Anyway.
Okay, so this is the soundbite moment. This is how Magnus opens in the video, and this is the clip I have the most problem with. Okay, the other ones I kind of find you could look at them in one way or the other. This one is bizarre. Okay, so why am I saying so? Okay, so it tends to be that I don't think that she's rational from the perspective of a family unit. She's rational only for herself. So she's not rationing knowledge or rationing decisions to benefit the husband. She's rationing decisions to benefit only herself. Now, I don't mind her rationing to benefit herself. That is fine. She's supposed to do that. That is not the problem. The problem is she's doing that with the idea that somehow, right, that she's contributing something where she's really not, for the most part, or she's contributing what she thinks she's contributing, which is really not. What do I mean by this? She just said that how does all these things fit into her program? What does that mean? That means you're going to have to chase her for many, many months, as she said, right? For a long time, right? Because you have to develop, she has to be sure that you can fit into her program. Now, that's something that a guy would say, apart from the chasing part. You want to know why? Because you don't chase people that you don't know what they have to offer. And she said the most cliche things, right? Just like she was going to offer up a lot of energy and time. That means nothing to me. What does that mean? What is it that the man is going to benefit? That's what I'm saying, right? She's only rational from the point of view of herself, right? She's like, okay, listen, you're going to have to chase me for a long time. And in return, I'm going to offer you time and energy. That means nothing, okay? You have to, when a man wants a woman to fit into his program, right? He brings up exactly what he's offering. Is money? Okay, I'm going to be a provider. I'm going to do this, and that. But this is what I want from you. My program is that you cook, you do this. So she has to be more specific. And she also has to prove herself if she wants a man to quote-unquote chase her for that period of time. Because listen, if I'm going to be chasing you for months and years, first of all, you have to have receipts, okay, that you can provide what you say you provide. And you have to be clear on what you provide. I don't want to hear cliche nonsense like energy and time. That means nothing to me. Energy and time means nothing to me, right? Energy and time is like saying, energy doing what? Push-ups or some stuff. You gotta be more specific. Are you gonna be providing the man with money? Because that's what's important. Are you gonna be providing the man with stable financial, on portfolio, right? Because she's saying she looks at it from a business perspective. Okay, let's look at it from a business perspective. Why would a man want to be in a relationship with you? Are you providing him financial portfolio, or are you providing him the domestic type of portfolio whereby you take care of the house, you take care of all the business in the home as a traditional housewife while it goes out to work? Or is it 70 30 60 40 with other cases, right? Maybe you can provide 60% of the wealth and do 30% and 40% of the chores, or you provide 40% of the wealth and do 60% of the chores. What is your portfolio? Because you make it seem like this is the problem. She's talking from the perspective of chivalry, which imagines that the women always have something to offer, even without proving it. She can just say time and effort. That means nothing. A man can say the exact same thing. Doesn't mean you go ahead and start dating him. If I imagine the man was saying, listen, I don't really care if you are INTJ. You have to provide me something because I'm also INTJ, and that thing has to fit with my time and my effort. You're gonna be like, what are you offering? Right? The same thing I'm asking this woman. What is it that you claim you have to offer? That you claim that you're going to give up? I don't want to hear that you're going to give up time and effort. That means nothing to me. Okay? And that's the game. When I say she's rational from only a point of view, is this, right? Rational people real rational people, they don't really tend to let the idea of conformity to tradition per se, put them in a situation whereby they have to abide by such tradition like chivalry or a man pursuing you for many months to prove his value, quote unquote. That is a traditional perspective. That is not a rational perspective. A rational perspective is going to only use traditional means if it's valuable, if it's something that benefits both parties or himself. So when I'm saying that she's traditional, she might be rational, quote unquote, but she's only rational from her own perspective and her own benefits, and that alone. And that's why she doesn't make a good spouse. Or that's why she will not make a good spouse. Because she's only thinking from her program without even specifying what is that she has to offer. And not only that, she's also thinking of the idea of the man chasing her. Apparently because, reasons. Because she wants to test his value and see what that is. That's the assumption that somehow she has something to offer. If she was really rational, she would say, okay, this is what I have to offer. This is what I expect from a man. That is rationality. That is rationality that benefits both people, either from a traditional perspective or from an actual perspective.
In conclusion, I am only looking for husband material people, and if you're not that, not gonna happen, buddy. Anyways, so I would say my first relationship, it was 4 years long, and it started when I was 16, and I was in high school, and I was studying a lot, and this guy pursued me for several months. Finally, it happened, and during our relationship, because academics were such a priority for me, I would set timers for us having intimate moments, because I was like, I need to study after this, or I need you to leave so that I can have a good night's sleep so that I can wake up early and study. Can you imagine? I literally set like 30-minute timers and was like, all right, buddy, let's go. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen, but like you have to go after this. Like, that's horrible.
So first of all, she was like that she's only into marriage, right? So if you're not marriage material, that it wouldn't work, so to speak. Now, this is coming from a person that just goes on after saying that to talk about how she had how she messes up her relationships, right? How she set the timer for intimacy. That is not marriage material, woman. You are not marriage material. So you can't say in one breath that if somebody is not marriage material, it's not going to work, and the next breath say that, listen, I mess up my relationships. that's not the way it works. You're like, I was surprised it even lasted 4 years. Yeah, I'll be gone by 1 month. At least that's even long. What kind of a creep sets alarm clock for intimacy? That's a creep. If a man did that, people would call him a creep. What kind of a creep sets alarm clocks for intimacy? I say if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Do you know how creepy that stuff is? You are not marriage material, but you want a guy that is marriage material. That makes no sense. That goes back to the idea that, as she said, she's doing it from the perspective of a woman, right? She's only seen it from her perspective. So her rationality only applies to her because you gotta go because I have to study. It's me. That's not the kind of rationality you want in a woman. That's not the kind of rationality you want in a man. You want the kind of rationality that also includes their spouse. And in one breath, she talks about how she's looking for marriage material. In the other breath, she's talking about how what she did was terrible. That's not like, well, which one is it? Are you pushing for this to be a good thing or a bad thing? And because of what she says, from the looks of it, she makes it sound like she's looking at it for to be a good thing, right? As if it's a good thing. So I'm obviously not going to play the entire clip because of, YouTube and stuff. But if you want to see the rest of it, the link is in the description below, right? So in my conclusion, don't date this kind of woman. You're just going to make your life a living hell. She wouldn't even advise it. I mean, she said it on the beginning of the clip, right? And don't also what's the word for that? Don't promote that kind of mentality, because she's not rational. She's only rational when it benefits her, right? That is my take on it. Now I have to watch an entire channel to really get a perspective, but I really don't think I'm gonna learn much, but I'm open to it if I have time. Don't date this kind of women. They would ruin your life because she ruins her life, right? No, so whatever, guys. You know what? I will see you guys later. Thank you. Let me know what you think, and bye.